Hello. A couple of days ago I found a video that I'd shot a couple of years ago. I'd uploaded it, but I hadn't made it public, so you couldn't see it. So I decided, yeah, let's make it public. That was a slip up on my part, not making it public then. But yeah, let's make it public now. So I've uploaded that video. You may have seen it recently. It's about green potatoes and the risks that they pose and what you can do with them, perhaps what you shouldn't do with them. And that reminded me of a series of videos I shot some years ago on this subject. Green potatoes. Yeah, you wouldn't buy them, would you? You wouldn't go to a store and buy green potatoes. I did. I did. It was an impulse buy, and what attracted me to them was the fact that they were green. They were in a see-through bag and they looked green. And they were as cheap as chips. I think there's only 51 pence, something like that, for 1.5 kilograms of potatoes. And when I got them home and turned them out, there were 11 potatoes in that bag, and they were green. Not a little bit green, not slightly green, totally green. Green all over. I've never seen potatoes like them. They had an all over tan, green. So my plan wasn't to eat them, it was to grow them. I decided I would grow those green potatoes, one in a 10-inch ex-cut flower water bucket, 11 buckets, and make a series. And I did that. And I uploaded that series. You may have seen it, you may not. But what I'm going to do today, I'm going to cut you to the #1 video in that series. This is bucket #1. There are 10 more buckets after this one in 10 more videos. You may want to watch them. On the end of this video there'll be a link that'll take you to bucket #2. So you will have seen bucket #1, you will have seen bucket #2. Let me tell you now, when you see what I get back off those 11 wonky green potatoes, it will blow your socks off. It will blow your socks off. Right, let's cut you to the first video. Play the video, Meg. This is a small bag of potatoes. The variety is Bambino. They were grown in the United Kingdom and they're price reduced. I don't know if you'll see that. 51 pence for a kilogram of naturally wonky potatoes. So what do we mean when we say wonky? Well, it tells us on the back. I'll need my glasses for this. Okay, listen up. We're working closely with our growers to reduce food waste. So our wonky fruits and vegetables might not be quite the right shape or size, but they're great quality, packed with flavour, and even better value for money. Naturally wonky, naturally wonderful. Hey, how about that? Naturally wonky, naturally wonderful. Let's get a closer look at these wonky potatoes. Oh. There's nothing wrong with the shape and there's nothing wrong with the size that I can see that makes these potatoes wonky. There just isn't. But look at the colour of them. They're green. Would you eat those? Supposedly full of flavour. Would you eat those? Green potatoes. Let me show you how green they are. This is a red skin. This is a white skin potato. Hey, these potatoes are green. Well, I'm not feeling lucky. I'm not going to eat any of these. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to grow them. These are going to become part of my collection of shop-bought potatoes that I intend growing on when spring comes round. We're still in the winter months here at Homegrown Veg, so basically what I'm doing is building up a collection of various varieties of potatoes, shop-bought potatoes, store-bought potatoes. My intention is to grow them on. My intention is to grow. This was the only available space left in the garden for me to stand these bambino potatoes. There are 11 10-inch water buckets, each with one potato plant growing in it, standing in a line beside my greenhouse next to my neighbour's fence. And as you can see, there isn't a great deal of room. There are advantages and disadvantages to this particular location. One advantage is that they're quite protected from the wind, and these have got sizable tops on them now. But the big disadvantage is they're difficult to water because there's no room to get in there. And as you know, I like to use a watering can to water my buckets, and there's only one way to water a potato growing in a bucket, and that way is to direct the water directly onto the soil in the bucket rather than onto the potato plant where it just sits and dries out in the sun and the wind. So the correct way to water these buckets is to direct water onto the soil in the bucket, but as you can see, there's no access to do that. And so I've been having to use the watering can but over the top of the potato plants. And hopefully it works its way down into the buckets, and the sufficient makes it that far for the plants to flourish. By the look of it, these are quite tall, healthy looking plants, so I'm hoping that a significant amount of that water has actually got into the buckets, but we won't know that till we take our first bucket. Okay, let's harvest some bambino. These are the first potatoes of the year here at Homegrown Veg in the United Kingdom. Just getting a bit of yellowing on the leaf. I hope you can see that at the bottom. But as I've discovered with this variety, with bambino, no flowers. It doesn't flower. So there's no point in waiting for it any longer to flower, because it's not going to flower. So let's take the tops off, and for that we need these. I've got Meg with me today and Daisy. They're dodging about in the garden. They might come into the shot, they might not. I don't know. Throw those over there. Remember, I marked these with a white pebble. These buckets, there's 11 buckets. 11 buckets each with a white pebble on them, so I'd know that they were bambino. And bambino was planted on the 3rd of March. So the potato plant went into this bucket on the 3rd of March, and right away I can see a potato that we don't want. I'll show it to you. I don't know if you'll see that in this bright sunshine, but that's a greenback. And you see it's been exposed. That side's white, that side's green. So I'll pop that in my pocket because we won't be eating that one. And we'll turn this bucket out. They can go over there like that. We'll take this ticket out and it can go over there like that. We'll turn this bucket out. And as I've said, this is our first bucket this year at Homegrown Veg. And this is bucket number 1 of 11 Bambino. Ho ho ho! Come on! Come on, we like the look of this. Yeah, we like the look of this. Right, let me just get that crate. Well, Bambino's delivered. Wow, Bambino really has delivered. Crikey. 1 shop bought potato. Just check this out. Meg's running around with this. I'll have to throw this ball for Meg. She's running around with, hey Meg, bring me that ball. Give me it here. Oh well, if you don't give me it, I can't throw it, can I? No, just wait and see if Meg gives me that ball. Hey, put it on there, Meg. No. She doesn't want to give me the ball. If she gives me it, I'll throw it. We'll multitask. If she doesn't give me it, I can't throw it. Oh, look at that titchy. That would have been a Molly. Molly would have got that. Let's try Meg on her first potato. Here, sweetheart, do you want this? Meg, do you want that? Here. Oh, yes. Meg likes potatoes. She's put that ball down somewhere. And these hardly need washed. I haven't washed them, they hardly need washed. There isn't much soil on them. So, some of these look big enough to be a main crop or a second early. Some of them look small enough to be an early or a first early. So I think we've got a selection here, haven't we? Bearing in mind what I said earlier about the information I got off the internet. Couple more. This is your lot. Right, what have we got? Oh, come on. Well, it's well over 1 kilogram, isn't it? Well over. And it looks to me like 2.5 pounds. What do you reckon? So we've got 2.5 pounds and we've got well over that 1 kilogram mark, haven't we? So we've actually got more back than we started with. And we've only emptied 1 bucket, there's another 10 buckets to go. I'm going to have to keep a record here and see what we get back from that original 1 kilogram. That original 2.25 pound of potatoes. 1 bucket has given us more than we started with. And there's another 10 buckets to go. Okay. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've enjoyed making it. I've enjoyed this first reveal. And these Bambinos look a real nice, sound, clean potato. So all in all, we're happy. Yeah, we're definitely happy with this delivery. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this video. This is Homegrown Veg. signing out.